And welcome to this wonderful edition of the TIP conference. Thank you so much to all our amazing parents, our audience, all of you that have been participating back to back. You've been in all the sessions. We see you and we appreciate you. Thank you very much. And you know, we raise the bar with every session, and today's session is going to be off the hook. I hope you are ready. So, I want you to just quickly go and invite your friends, invite other parents. Remember, it's not about us alone. If you're raising your child intentionally, you also want to be conscious of the next parent raising his or her child, because you don't know how connected you're going to be tomorrow. Yes, so please, I want you to go right now to get other parents to come in on the show and sit back and relax, because we've got so much value coming right up for you this afternoon. Thank you so much. Before we go ahead to bring on our speaker, we have the Intentional Parent Academy Inner Circle. Now, this is where the main thing goes on. Everything you see Wendy share on social media, all those are just a tip of the iceberg. Now, in this inner circle, what Wendy does is that she holds your hand, and walks you through the process. The parenting journey is not a walk in the park, and you should get, enough support while you're at it. And that's what the inner circle does for you. So we're going to be taking a testimonial from one of the parents, that has been in the circle, and definitely she has, something very beautiful, something very encouraging to say. So you sit back and listen while we watch this clip. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Uwe Martins. I am an HR professional and I live in Lagos, Nigeria. I joined the Inner Circle in March this year, and it has been a tremendous journey, a very interesting journey. It has stretched me, I cannot even lie, it has stretched me. And I'll just talk about some of the really interesting things that I like about it. One, Coach Wendy always says that parenting is about us. We do not know the effect of our childhood on us, right? We really do not realize it. The things that we experienced growing up, the things we saw, in other homes around us. And so we just bring those things into our own parenting styles. Nobody really teaches us anything, and we just, our parents did it, and so we're doing it too. So what this has done for me is it has made me take a step back and analyze some of the things I do and understand why I do some of the things I do. And where I need to make changes, I have made changes. I mean, it's a journey, like I said, so I am still making changes. Another thing is I have developed myself in reading. So, I had been on another program earlier this year where I had to read a lot. But then the inner city, the inner circle has also helped me to read a lot more books, books about parenting. I would never have read them. To be honest, I would never have read them. So I found myself reading one book a month so in the inner circle we are in groups, and each group has to review, some chapters in the book. There's a schedule, and you should see us. You should see us trying to prepare for those, book review sessions and all of that. I think generally, the fact that I am reading a lot more than I would have, and reading topics that I would never have, read, it's been really great. Another thing is the way I have bonded with my children during this time. Of course, we have, activities. They're like daily activities, things, ways to know your children, activities to do with your children. It's been really interesting. Some of them my kids would love, some they did not particularly like. But I think that all in all, it gave me time with them. I got to spend time with them. My husband got to spend time with them, because really everything I see, most things I see that I think are worth knowing from my husband, I just push it to him. When I'm reading a book, and I'm like, and I see something, I just pass it to him. I say, look, this one is for your attention. And he got to attend the men's conference, which he found really interesting. So overall, I think that the inner city and the inner circle, I keep saying inner city, the inner circle has been a very interesting journey for me. I am work in progress, but I am grateful for how I have come, and I know that my parenting style is no more. It's not what's the word? It's not just happening. I am the one making it happen. And I thank God for this opportunity. I thank God for Coach Wendy. I thank God for the other parents in the inner circle. Everyone is putting in their best, putting their best foot forward, to achieve a lot in their parenting successes. So thank you very much. I hope that you will join the inner circle, by the time she's opening up for new membership. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. I hope you were thrilled by that testimony. It's she said something very profound. She's just not parenting, like a go with the flow parent. She makes parenting happen because she's now more intentional, about how she's raising her money. If you even want to have something better, then you need to take action in the right direction. And what do you need to do? Just type that number, take it to WhatsApp, and send a chat. Somebody's going to attend to you. And, that's the first step you need to take to be in the inner circle, the next batch coming up. So don't leave your parenting to chance. Be more intentional. Thank you so much. So we go over to a speaker profile. Let's have a speaker profile.
Loretta Oramesa Iyesele is a parent and child therapist, educator, and coach. She is an accounting graduate with a specialty in auditing. She is recognized as a social reformer and is an addiction prevention treatment professional who is passionate about equipping children and their parents. Loretta is a team lead and founder of Home Teaching Tutor Limited, a private educational outfit where children ages 5 to 19 are tutored on board games and academic subjects in their homes. She is also the convener of the Top Notch Parents Network on Facebook, a fast-growing platform with active members who are going through a learning process for great parenting in this century. The group aims to bring parents closer to their children and world, spread knowledge to every difficult question parenthood rarely provides, and make parenthood a beautiful journey. Loretta Iyesele is a certified cognitive behavioral therapist, a graduate of Attitude Development International Lagos, and a bona fide member of the Chess Players Association of Nigeria. She is also a member of the African Network of Professional Counselors, ANEPCO, a professional counseling association committed to increasing understanding of professional counseling and psychotherapy through education and training all over Africa. She is also an addiction prevention and treatment professional with training from the United States Colombo Plan DAP program. As a professional therapist and substance prevention practitioner with a specialty in teenage counseling and coaching, she often visits schools to address young children and also run online seminars and holiday trainings for parents and their children. As a certified cognitive behavioral therapist, she mentors parents who are challenged about the parenting world. She is blessed with a great family, married, and is a mother of 2 shining stars, as she often calls her boys. She also seeks the expansion of a beautiful parenting journey across Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome to the 2021 Intentional Parents Conference, Loretta Iyesele.
You are welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. We warmly
Thank
welcome you to the CIP Conference 2021. It's so,
I'm
so amazing to have you here. What a great privilege and honor. Thank you so much, ma'am. We see all you do, and we are so excited that you are bringing so much value to us today. To our viewers, I hope you are ready. I hope you call those people I told you to call. Do you have your notepad? Do you have your pen ready? Because Loretta is coming with so much for us this afternoon. How your child can be equipped, to function in the social world. I mean, so many things are going on today. This is a discussion that needs to happen now. So, without wasting much of our time, I'm just going to clear the road for Loretta because I know she has so much to say. Yeah, and we have such a little time. So, I'm going to leave the floor for you, ma'am, to take us on this beautiful ride. You're welcome.
yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. What a privilege to be here. A good day to parents out there and parents to be. I'm sure it's not just parents that are here. Some are walking ahead of time before they hit the wedding bell, before they go into marriage, which is really awesome. I want to appreciate Coach Wendy Ologe for this privilege, this opportunity to be here to also add mine to all what other coaches have been doing. It's been an amazing session. It's been awesome. This conference has it's been a blessing to me. Last year's was awesome, but this one is just a big bang. So with this, I want to say good day, parents, once again. Thank you for hooking up. I hope we are ready to learn because parenting journey is all about learning and equipping and adding and topping. You can never stop learning in your journey of parenting. So today I bring to us this topic, equipping your child for the social world. In humans, we know humans, we're humans. Social connection is essential to nearly every aspect of human health and well-being. Yeah, we know that. All right, we want to connect. You cannot be indoors all through your life. There's a time to be born and there's a time to develop and there's a time to go out. Okay, so in parenting, it's not about keeping the child indoors. All right, so because lack of connection has often, been linked to timidity and low mood. Yes, if you don't connect, you don't get hooked. Timidity could come in for a child, which could cause poor performance in whatever that child does, and that could lead to low self-esteem build up in young children. So that's why it's very important that, we get our children connected, we equip them before we release them to the society, before we release them out there, So why did I pick this topic? Why is Loretta doing this today? At this TIP 2021. Why did I decide to do this? I usually do this holiday training, during summer holiday with children, especially preteen and teenagers every year. All right, it's a very big one and it's coming up soon, middle of August, 16th to 20th of August, we'll be doing it again in person. After the in-person, we'll be running an online session too. So I decided to do this because usually when parents bring their children for this training, remember it's not for toddlers, it's for preteen from age 8, 6, 7, 8 up to teenagers. All right, that's what this in-person training is meant for. Okay, so I do it, and most times when some parents come for this training, and usually it's a 5-day training program, like a workshop. Okay, when parents that lasts for like 6 hours, nothing less than 6 hours per day. So I just found that sometimes when parents bring their children, for this program, they can't wait. Some parents are so busy that they are like, okay, Mrs. Asele, we have left the child for you. We trust you. I said, trust God. Maybe you can hold the money for lunch later, because most times we do it in packs. Because children will not want, if you want to run it a stretch one like that, we usually have break time, and there's a opportunity for the children to go out there and buy food. Remember, I'm not a fan of I'm not a coach that will just like, I don't like when you load children with book, academics, and all of that. You need to do something different during the holidays. So, and when these children come, I watch them and observe them. Those that some children can actually buy food during break time for themselves. You find out that some other ones, parents will like call me. It baffles me, They call me, Mrs. C, I tell you, please hold this money for me. How old is child? No, my child is 10 years old. My child is 11. My child is 12. Please just help me hold it so that during break time, you can help buy food for the child. You can help arrange the lunch for my child. And other children, you see them when they go buying their food, I watch them. I just observe. I like to watch children a lot. So you see them, they're able to buy and get their change, while other parents are telling me to hold money to help them do the buying for the child, to help them do the buying for their children. That got me thinking, why will a parent give me money when I'm not teaching toddlers? Toddlers, children that are more than 5 years old cannot shop for their lunch. So I have to hold the money for the child. That got me thinking. I just found out, it's like, thank God when they invited me for this program, I think I need to put in something into parents. All right. So that's why I decided to do this. I was wondering why with parents. Some were like, no, I don't want to release them out. I don't want it to be corrupted. I don't want this and all of that. Then you want me to buy food for your child that is 9 years, that is 10 years, that is 11? Excuse me. I know some parents also have this issue of, yes, my child is so intelligent, he has book knowledge, but is that child streetwise? Are you working towards seeing that your child is not only academically sound and is also streetwise? Can your child actually go out there and withstand whatever he or she is going to face? Without you, helicopter parent, without you, helicopter around the child. So I just found that most children that suffer from this are those that went through this helicopter parenting style from the parents. The daddy wants to be there all the time to correct. The mommy wants to be there all the time to control. We don't want these children to go. All right. So your child can be academically sound, yet not streetwise, parents. And you cannot handle confrontation when you are not there to helicopter him. When you helicopter your child, he's not streetwise. I've heard of so many cases, where an academically sound child, out of timidity, okay, and lack of power, say no in the class. Remember, the child is intelligent, is very, very sound, okay? And in school, he's intelligent, he gets best in maths, gets best in science, best in ICT, best and all of that. But when it comes to saying no to some things, that child cannot withstand, he cannot. There's a case that was brought to me some time back. The mom said, I don't just know what to do. My son keeps saying, if he gets home, he says, they put me in their middle and copy me during exam hall when exam is going on. Okay? They copy me. Please, if you know you can hear me, okay, please, if you know you can hear me clearly, put in at the comment section so that I know that you can hear me. All right? Thank you. So your child is very intelligent and it's not streetwise. And this woman brought the child that they said they'll always copy. Oh, thank you, ma'am. He said, you're always copying me in the exam hall. He cannot say no. A streetwise child out there that doesn't have the book knowledge is copying your child in class, will sit the child down and copy word for word during exam hall. That is it. So is that all we have to give to our children as parents to just give them head knowledge and not make them streetwise? I found it funny. So that was why I decided to do this, you know. And another case now, you know, let me just give a case. Like now, I'm a mom. Before I got married, I was looking forward to, looking forward to getting married. You know, oh, my friends are getting married. See this one married and all of that. They're having children. You know, I now got married. Let's say my child is Queen. I got married and my child is Queen. So even when Queen was 6 months old, before Queen turned 6 months as my daughter, I breastfeed. I give all the nutritional thing that will make the child healthy. I do everything. I protect the child as a baby. Queen turned 6 months. My daughter Queen turned 6 months. And even to sleep at night, I put him on the bed and Daddy sleeps in the couch. Daddy sleeps in the couch. My daughter Queen and I were on the bed. You know, if you have a small apartment, Daddy has to go to the couch. You put Daddy to the couch. Why don't you get a bed? Queen can use her own bed, a small bed by your side. All right? That's where the independence starts from. That's where it starts from. Not that Queen is on the same bed with you. I didn't bring up my children like that. Honestly, I did not. When I got pregnant, I knew, because you have to make provision for it. Nobody asks you to get married, so you shouldn't complain that there's no money to take care of the children. So the basic necessities, basic necessary things that you need to provide for a child, you know. So that's when you should start. And you find out that Queen, sometimes my cousins come home, my aunties come around. Queen doesn't want anybody to carry her. Each time they're stretching out a hand for help, Queen is running to mommy. Queen is always running to me. Queen doesn't want anybody, doesn't want to, because of the way I started. Daddy is still sleeping on the couch in the living room. We've taken over the bedroom, myself and my daughter. All right? And Queen grew up like this and started nursery school when she was 18 months old. Lo and behold, I took Queen to school, and Queen never wanted to go to, kept crying. She kept crying. Teacher wants to, no, cries and all of that, calling mommy, and all of that. Okay? So do you think this is okay? How can you release such child into the social world? How can Queen now withstand as she grows older? You see some parents, even up to age 9, 10, they still clean their children's clothing. Those children cannot clean up their room. They cannot wash their clothes. They can't even go out there to represent you. Any little thing that happens in school, the child cannot withstand it. Okay? So I found this one. That was why I was like, oh, no. I think we have to, I think I should let parents know how we should do this. When Queen turned 5 years, 6 years, I found it difficult to leave the house. I am stressed, really stressed, not looking fresh because I do all the carrying. Daddy got tired, you and this child. I don't even give my husband attention again, all right? Because it's all about Queen. I am stressed out, backing Queen, doing the dishes, cleaning the house, sweeping, and doing all of that. Queen can't go to school. It cries all day. And God help you if it is like one of these schools that we hear stories about. They will inject the child to sleep. And you know the implication of that. You know the implication because you have not prepared that child from the beginning to release that child to the social world. So when Queen turned 7 in the house, if I want to step out, I'm scared. I have to carry Queen out. I cannot leave Queen at home. No. When my fourth son turned 5, what did I do? Remember I said I got a different couch, a different baby bed for the child. The bed is close to my own bed and Daddy sleeps at the extreme and I am by the bed. So each time I hear clang, clang, clang at night, I bring the baby out, I sit up, I breastfeed and I put back. Okay, so when my son turned 5 years, deliberately, the younger brother was 3 and 2. Deliberately, I just take a walk out of the house. within my essay, I just take a walk. I take a walk for 5 minutes. I take a walk for 10, 15 minutes. I leave them alone. I ensure that the kitchen is locked. Every area that will bring problem is locked up. Then after that, I found that they were coping. When my son turned 6, 7 years, I leave them at home. Yes. I bring out all the snacks. I do it 30 minutes. I do 1 hour. Then during this lockdown, even before the lockdown, okay, let me say during the lockdown, I needed to attend a wedding after the lockdown. It was a family setting. My boys were at home. I went out for the whole day. And family members said, "Where are your children? Where are you?" I said, "They are at home." You left them. I said, "Don't you know how old my son is?" My husband was like, she has started it. Even before, when this baby was even 2-3 months. Baby never slept on my bed. No. My children did not sleep on my bed. It was deliberate. Okay? So that's why, please, if you don't start on time, it will become a problem. Sometimes we pamper too much, we nourish with everything we do. No, there's nothing wrong about that. But please, you need to do more than that. That's what parenting is all about. That's what parenting is all about. So who is a parent? I want us to look at this thing. Who is a parent? A parent is a driver. Remember, we're on a journey. A parent is a driver. You are a driver. A parent is a pilot. Yes, you're on a journey. You are a pilot. A parent is on a journey. A parent is the captain of a ship. And who are the passengers? Your children are the passengers. Yes, your children are the passengers. We keep saying it. Yes, this parenting journey. Are you really doing like somebody that is on a journey as a parent? Do you accept the fact that you are the driver of that vehicle? As a parent, you are the driver. I am the driver. And what does the driver do? He takes charge of the steering, ensure that the journey is smooth. Okay? Ensure that there is no problem with the journey. I want to give this story. Before the lockdown hit, my nephew was to get married before the lockdown. Okay? And we had to travel. We hired a Sienna van, a Sienna bus. Just immediate family members. We went from Lagos by land to Benue State to pick a wife, to pick a bride. All right? So when we were on our way going, if those that know are familiar with Edo State, the route, Edo State route, that road is terrible. Not only physically bad, bandits, these kidnappers, they do a lot of damage there. They kidnap a lot there. So when we're going, well, the driver was kind of rough, bump and all of that, driving, rough trip, some of my siblings and my cousin and all of that were complaining, each time I find myself in a gathering, I just observe. Maybe by training, I observe. I like to listen. I don't talk first. I just observe. That's what I do. So I was just listening because that's how I make my stories. Some people wonder that you post every day, you get your stories. That's how I get my stories. So we're on the journey. We're going to driver. This is too much. This is even the groom was with us. My niece. It was my nephew. I'm sorry. He was with us in the car. We got there safely, thank God. So on our way back, we had to pick the bride because my nephew said we've paid everything, so we have to come back home together. So when we were coming back, the woman was already, my nephew booked up front, so the wife was pregnant. We're coming and, the bomb began, and all of that. So my nephew got angry. Mr. Driver, the way you are driving, it's too rough. Take it easy. This bump is too much. This bump is too much. The guy became conscious because of his pregnant wife, young pregnant wife. So, and when he was saying that and all of that, the driver could not really handle it anymore. And what did he say? He said, please let me do my job. I am the driver here. I know what I am doing. At that point in time, I had to step in. I said, driver, interesting. You know what you're doing. What do you know that you are doing? That was the question. What do you know that you're doing? He said, madam, this road is rough. You have to bear with me. This road is dangerous. If I don't drive like this, if I slow down for any bump, those bad Fulanis, or whoever they are, I don't know, but a lot of people will be calling them Fulanis, that they will come out and attack this car. So please bear with me. I know what I am doing. Parenting is a journey. At that point, I said, okay, you know what you're doing. That's, you are on the steering. That's fine, interesting. So I just told them, please, let's bear with him so that we arrive safely. Do you know what you are doing as a parent? Do you know what you are doing? Do you know what you... Parenting is a journey and you are the driver. What will the car or bus driver do to avoid car crash? What would the driver do? What will you do as a parent to avoid a crash in this course of your journey? What will the captain of the ship do to avoid missing the voyage destination? What are you doing as a parent to avoid missing your destination? All right? What will the pilot of the aircraft do to avoid a plane crash? What will the pilot do? All right? The story and the response from the driver tells it all. That's it. He said, madam, I know what I'm doing. I said, what do you know that you are doing? He said, this road is bad. If I just continue like this, they will come out and before you know it, you people are inside the forest. I said, that's interesting. I had to beg her, please. And thereafter, nobody talked again. We became calm. So my nephew was just pampering the wife, you know, touching the waist and, you know, the newly wedded now. You know, so you cannot completely rely on on somebody else. No. Some of us make this mistake. We say somebody else will help me do it. The house help will help me do it. The teacher will help me do it. Those are co-pilots, my friend. They are co-pilots on this journey. The teacher is the co-pilot. All right, he cannot take your place as a parent. No. He's a co-pilot. He's a co-captain. He's the conductor, all right? He can only help you, and he's not the one on the steering. You are the driver in this parenting journey. You know, we do this often as parents, you know, where we instead of us to take the place as a driver, we want the co-pilot, we want the co-captain to do a job. No. Your teacher is the co-pilot, the co-driver, is the co-captain. The best your teacher can do for your child is in the school, not at home. And if you have not started well, trust me, there'll be a crash. Yes, you start getting negative responses from school about your child. All right? So please, parents, let's know this. Those are co-drivers, they are co-pilots. They are there to support. You are the one on the steering wheel. You are the one on this. Do a good job in your parenting journey by applying helpful parenting tips. Yes, helpful parenting tips and skills so that you learn safely with that child. So that you learn safely, please. Your child can't be with you all the time. Parents, please, they can't be with you all the minutes of their lives. They cannot. Your child will go out there one day and just live as you have trained him. Yes, it's going to be garbage in, garbage out at the end of the day. Your child will have to relate with other people at some point in their lives. Yes, it's not only going to be mommy, daddy. Stop this helicopter parenting. No, stop it. Stop being overprotective of your child. If you know you want that child to make you proud in future. The people your child will meet have different personalities. Yes. And whatever you have exposed them to, will help, will tell how they will react and relate with these people they will meet out there. Equipping your child for social world starts when they take their first steps, like Queen, like my daughter in this story, when they take their first step. That is it. That is it. So, there's some effect, negative effect of not equipping your child for this social world. Yeah, negative effect, implication. One of it decreases the ability to work independently. Like I said in my initial story when I started. Parents telling me, take money to buy lunch, take loan money to buy lunch for a 10-year-old child, a 9-year-old child. When others, even in that holiday coaching, do it themselves. There's these two young boys, one 7, the other one 9. They were able to change 1,000 naira. They bought what they wanted. The shop, the seller was an error in their change. I was just observing during the break time in that holiday train. I was observing. He said, no, this is not correct. The seller was arguing. I had to step in. I said, sir, what's the problem? He said, no, your boys, they're complaining. I said, okay, I had to call the boy. And I said, what's the problem? He said, look, ma'am, I bought this much, and this is the change he gave to me. He has my 15 naira. By the time we calculated, I found that truly, this seller was having his 15 naira. That's a child whose mom has started well, whose daddy has started well, who has been prepared for the society, for the social world. When your child arrives at school, unprepared to manage their own lives, especially those in a boarding house. I see some parents saying that, this child is not getting it right at home. He has to go and learn in the boarding house. Who said? That's co-piloting. That's co-parenting. Before you release that child to the boarding house, you have to do your homework. And it starts from the first step that these children take. Okay? Another problem we might have is children with low emotional intelligence struggle to manage their relationships. Yes, emotional intelligence. When your child has low, he struggles. They struggle to manage their relationship. Adult children of helicopter parents have issue with helicopter parents. Yes. They may not know how to manage their own time or relationships without constant input from parents. Yes. They'll have issue with that. They can't manage their time. If mommy is not there to say this, if daddy is not there to say this, sometimes what I've started learning now is, we are now at the stage in my house where you see my boys fighting, arguing, I watch from a distance. I just observe. Then when one of them is coming to me, mommy, I say, what? I say, you can handle it. You can. Go and handle it. I won't be with you all the days. I won't be with you all the time. One day you will leave here. You are a tenant in this. I say, mommy, how do you say? I say, yes, so this, you are a tenant here. So I am equipping you now. And so we have to, if you have to learn the hard way, learn it. The most important thing for you to get it. Children are socially inept. They become naive, unfamiliar. They're shy and cannot make their own decisions. Yes, it's a challenge too. Children in these families are likely to, to be going through, to have poor self-esteem challenge. That reminds me, I have a book I just wrote. All right, maybe at the end of this session, is a must buy for every parent. If you're sure you are ready to release your child out there to the social world, you need to buy the book. Raising a confident child. That's it. It's loaded. Because some parents don't even have it. So you can't give what you don't have. So that book is also for you, parents. I know of a parent, a young guy that told me one time, sometimes when I think of it, I just laugh. He said, the training I got for my parents, my parents was terrible. He said, do you know, up to the 8th time of university, my university years, I was greeting my friends, good morning, sir. I was greeting my classmates in university, good morning, sir. Because in our house, everything is good morning, sir, good morning, man. So I just found that they made me to feel that anybody you greet is good morning, sir. And my friends were laughing at me in the university. How are you greeting me? Good morning, sir. We're age mates now. We're classmates, for crying out loud. So it took time for this adult to understand that it's only seniors that should tell sir, and not his cage mates. Or sometimes he said he was even sometimes he forgets himself and will greet the younger one, sir or ma. So sometimes I had to put him through, and thank God he's out of it now. No, so sometimes children that don't have this exposure, they really learn to think on their own. They cannot think if mommy is not there. They don't have their no and they don't have their yes. No, they don't. So where do we go from here? Helpful tips is what we're going to look at now. You know, how we can equip a child. You know, you have to raise your child to be adventurous and sociable, you know, right from childhood. Please, I'm looking at the solutions now, so you may want to put down some notes, all right? You and go and thank Wendy after this session, okay? So you want to see that your child is adventurous. I keep saying it. I'm sorry, but I have to say it. The average African child is timid, honestly. They go to the Western world, they come out academic in flying colors, but you see your child joining those contrary things that were, honestly, those vices, because you've not done your homework. You've not exposed the child. You've not told the child. It's not adventurous. You keep the child indoors. You don't take them out at all. Your child is bringing a matches box to you, and maybe this mouse, you say, okay, mommy, oh, this mouse has a light. You see, this mouse, oh, mommy. You say, hey, when you keep that mouse, I will spank you now. He says, oh, mouse, oh, I'm happy you even know that it's called mouse. That's where adventure starts from. It starts from the home. Oh, yeah, this is a mouse. It's used for the laptop. And I think you can even go ahead, the little you know. Then if you feel you've exhausted, you've done the best you can do, then you begin to look at the co-pilot. That's the coach. That's the therapist. That's the teacher. That's the home teacher. You need them. Some parents feel they are superstar. They are everything. No, you need them in this journey. You need co-pilot, but you must be at the front, the steering. You must be there. If kids don't take risk once in a while, that sense of limitation will harm their brain development and how they relate with their environment later in the future. It will harm their brain development, and it will affect how they relate with their environment as they grow older. Most importantly, it will affect their social life, just like the queen in the story, my daughter in the story. Okay, we need to accept all forms of positive adventures, especially for our child children. Meeting with new friends. Some will say, no, my children can't go to birthday parties. So no, I don't want them to dance to this song. I don't want them to dance. Let me tell us another story. I know of a lady, you know, before I started this journey, I was still practicing my accounting stuff, you know. Very good Christian home. The father is a pastor. The mom is high there, all right? And the way they train these children, indoors, church, house, church, school, house, church. And this girl finished from the secondary school with a very good result and gained admission into the university. First semester, the girl came back pregnant. What happened? First semester, he came back pregnant. Of course, the parents are Christians. The girl had to wait for 1 year to nurse the child, okay, and the parents forced her to get married to that boy. I saw this girl 2 years ago around my new place where I live now in Lagos, okay, and I saw the girl trekking, looking funny. I had to move. When she saw me, oh, auntie, how are you? I said, fine. I said, where are you going to? Say, I'm going to work. She was trekking. She read and she's an engineer. That's what she was reading, engineering course. And the mom drives a big Jeep. They had to tell. I said, oh, how is home? He said, how is your husband? He said, how is your child? I said, I have two now. She's trekking. The mom is in a big car because they had to force her to marry the girl, the boy, that they don't want her to have children from 2 different men. So we need to equip our children how to be self-independent. That's another point. Start from infancy. Start. Reduce carrying your baby all alone. Yes, I know there are people that steal children. Start inside your house. Reduce it. It will reduce dependency and inclination to cry on the first day in school. That will reduce it. It will reduce it. Introduce them to daily skills. Packing and, packing in and packing out their lunch bag. I do that a lot. And something happened recently again, Usually when I'm packing my children, preparing them for school in the morning, what I do is I pack, I tell them to stay around, okay? Stay as I'm doing the packing and all of that. They hang around and they watch, So this very day, I rush to take my bath after dropping their food and everything. Then when I came back, I just carried I said, okay, let's go. Let me drop you off in school. I dropped them. As I was coming, and I remember, I didn't put cutlery I didn't wrap their cutlery in their bag. I had to call the school administrator. Please, for my first son, please, can you help me check if I'm not sure I gave them cutlery. He said, what do they have to eat? I said, spaghetti. He said, okay. I said, but may God help me. I hope they can handle it. But I'll just say, but I've been teaching these children. They should know. They should know what to do. So I said, I think they will do it. I think they will do it. So by the time I went back, the lady said, okay, they take their lunch around 12 noon. I'm going to just spy on your son. He's my younger boy. I'm going to spy on him to see. So at 12 noon, he went, he said, hello, how are you? Have you eaten? He said, yes, I finished. He said, how did you get? He said, I packed cutlery at home. He said, but mommy didn't do it. He said, mommy has taught me, so I did it myself. Mommy was late, but so she had to leave the kitchen after packing the food in flash. She just rushed into the bath. I did it myself. My brother did it too. And I was like, hey. So we need to be on top of our journey. Another reason why you need to bring up your child, to equip your child for the social, self-defense and awareness. Let them know themselves, self-defense and awareness. Teach them how to speak positivity into themselves, to be aware of who they are. I'll tell my child, you are the best. Today, I kiss her, I say, yes, affirmation. He say, yes, I'm the best. And self-defense, to know when to leave a place and when not to, and when to stay in a particular place. Self-defense. And importance of healthy living. The first aid treatment too is very key. Some children, when they have injury, they don't know that blood stain from somebody else who has an injury we know HIV, AIDS. You must teach them first aid. Even when the nurse in school. We know that a lot of nurses, now I know of a nurse that is HIV positive, and the husband too, they just merge them together. So let's not think those medical people, they don't have issues with their own, they have. So that's why you need to equip your child. First aid is very important, okay? Teach them how to manage their time. It's also very important. Time management is key. This will help guide against crash programs. Yes, time management. Doing the right thing at the right time, waking up early, preparing for school on time, homework and other activities, bedtime. My children go to bed 8 p.m. If it's too late, maybe Friday, 9 p.m. But recently, I just found that I need to start praying with them every Friday. So we do prayers on Friday. So we hit the bed late, maybe 11 p.m. But because it's Friday and there's no school on Saturday. So, but on school days, 8 p.m., 8:30, if they have any, maybe they want to watch something online or they want to learn, that's okay. 8:30, 30 minutes of, after that, you hit the bed. Time management, how to dress the bed, how to prepare budgets and everything. We need to, some children sleep late and they wake up late. Then you start struggling. Sometimes I drop my children before 7:30 in school. Yes, before 7:30, I've dropped them and I'm off to do my coaching business. I'm out to look for money. And I begin to look at the time when they will close from school. Time management is very important. Another thing is money management and how to make a simple budget. Teach them the value of money before you release them. Value of money, how to save and how to spend. Piggy bank, you can start with piggy bank. Give my boys, when I had my children anyway, I opened account for them. They have account with any bank before they turn the year. All the spraying and everything, the birthday gift, everything is in their account. But I'm the one managing the account for them. So they have piggy bank in the house. And they have purse. My son that is a preteen now is going to be a teenager soon, next year. He has wallet, he has purse. You know, he has a piggy bank. So each time he's asking me, Mommy, I need this. I said, okay, how much have you saved? When we check it, okay, you need this. I will find out, why do you need it? Okay, it's important. Okay, I'll just talk for you. Sometimes to get them to do some tasks, I just tip them. And you see them rushing, you know, and all of that. Then I tip them, they put in their piggy bank. We need to do these things. Okay, start with a piggy bank. Then you can also open an account. Take them out for shopping sometimes with you. Don't go alone. Sometimes if I'm going, sometimes I just make, okay, I told them, I'll just tell them, boys, next week, you are doing your shopping, make your list, how much you have, how much you want to save, how much when the piggy bank is getting filled up, we take it to the bank. We take it, and I take them into the bank. They know how to, in fact, my accounts people, they know my boys. Hey, Mama, you're here with your boys. The guy say, we have come to save. So you need to teach them. Take them out for shopping. My children go shopping. I can even show you the pictures. They go to malls, they shop. They'll buy, okay, Mommy, I need this. Mommy, okay, why do you need this? I think this one has too much sugar. Okay, why don't you get a book? Why don't you get this? It shouldn't be only food, and all that. And remember not to spend everything. Decision-making techniques is another problem. You are the driver. Help your child through. You cannot continue to make decisions for your children. No wonder some mothers don't want to leave their boys when they are married. They want to control the wife's kitchen. They want to control the son. Before the son makes any decision, he has to come to Mama. He has to come to Papa. Teach them how to make decisions, except when it is really, really crucial. When it is there, you can give counsel. And let them begin to know they will not be in your house forever. Please, parents, let's do this. Let them learn to say no or yes to issues. Teach them how to say yes, no. Mother should get them. Let's get them into kitchen. It's not only women that should go to kitchen. The boys too should go to kitchen. So that at the end of the day, you see some boys, you know, they look for girlfriends to cook for them because they cannot cook. Your preteen should not be watching television while you are cooking. You should be in the kitchen. No wonder Wendy recently released a video on how the son, Coach Wendy, I'm talking about Coach Wendy now, you know, how the daughter went to the market to buy things and shopped, did the shopping and cooked. And when I was showing the video to a friend, he said, how possible is this? It's not possible. I said, okay, that's an excuse, blame game. You don't want to learn. Instead of you to look at the positive and think, yes, you can, yes. If Wendy can do it, why don't you look at the positive? Why don't you look at, yes, oh, there's a lot of sense in this. He said, no, Wendy, that one just using it to market. Who said? My son is cooking now. He can cook rice. We started it, yes. You know how to turn on the gas. You know how to put the gas on. You wash the rice and cook. Household chores, timetable, draw timetable for your children. The younger ones can be the one picking all the shoes in the house. The other ones, you know, can do, you know, and all of that. So it's not only, you know, as they advance, as they grow older, you know, age appropriate chores, introduce them, you know, into it. Interacting with people, how to show empathy. Some children are, you honestly, teach them how to stay in the place of somebody that is having pain, empathy. Teach them how to be friendly with good people. Teach them how to avoid questionable people. There's something, one of my codes for my children is ask my mommy. I say, if the question is becoming too difficult for you to handle, tell the person, ask my mommy. You want the phone number? I'll give it to you. Then basic traveling skills. Some parents wait until when the child wants to go to university, to America. That's when you see them, they'll start struggling on how to make the children and go to enter the public bus. No. Be practical about this. Be practicable. Take them out sometimes. Take them to park. Sometimes leave your car. Just take the public transport. Model resilience and adaptability for them to see. That's the ability to withstand or adjust to challenges. Some children, when the challenge comes like this, they are thinking, oh, where is mommy? No. Imbibe right morals. Imbibe right morals in your children. Train your child to know how to say no to bad conduct. This LGBTQ+, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer, there's even a plus there now. You need to put your child, you can go online, look for LGBTQ, tell them they are not too young. One of the things that can guide our children, against all I've mentioned is imbibing in them the right morals. You know, how to be honest, how to be humble, how to be trustworthy, diligent, dedicated, faithful, committed, consistent. That's they know you. Time management, I've said that before. Then selflessness, you know, a true sense of humanity. That's, you know. Then my book again, Raising a Positive, a Self-Esteem Child. Please get that book. It's for 3,005. It's loaded. Self-esteem. If your child has this self-esteem, if it's possible, self-esteem is strong, solid, it will not be shaken, even when he's in the social world. No. Please, we need to do the needful. We are not neglecting that their societal is here and there. No, kidnapping, pedophiles, rapists, you know, and the likes. But there is need to expose and equip them for the social world. If we want to raise leaders that will impact and care and protect their country. If you're raising the governor, when he calls the husband the governor, yeah, who are you calling your child? I call my boys shining stars. So you need to be on the job, on what you are doing, top of your job as a parent. So I think I've done the much I can. I hope we have learned today. I hope so. Thank you, Wendy, for this opportunity. Do we have questions?
Thank you so much, Loretta. I guess Sandra's audio is actually bad. I don't think anybody can hear you, Sandra. But I just want to say thank you. So, you know, while you were, talking, I was dancing in the room, this kind, oh yeah, somebody has come to break this table. Yes, maybe the one I broke was not, was just a wooden table. You broke the iron one. I don't think parents have a copy anymore. Yeah. So I was just dancing where I was. Sandra, can you hear me now? Still cannot hear you. Maybe you need to log out and log in. We can't hear you at all. So sorry about that. No, not at all. All right, if you have questions, please bring in your questions. Bring in your questions while we have another review coming from the inner circle for you to see. So we're going to project the questions up here while we wait. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rebecca Benil. I have been in the inner circle for over a year plus, and I want to tell you that being in this circle is the best thing that happened to me, because I've got to learn a lot. Since I came into the academy, I've learned how to parent my child with calm, and have learned how to connect with my children more. I've learned how to connect, winning the heart of my child. And I would love to say that the inner circle is a place for every parent to be. I call it the parenting university. It's a place where you gain knowledge and expand on it as you parent your children. Here are some of the things that we do in the inner circle. We have our connection tool that we use for our children daily, and we read a book every month. You can see the knowledge is massive. We have special webinars, and practical life issues are being shared by parents, and we discussed on it. In short, TIP is a learning hub. Please come and join us, and you will not regret it. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you so much, Sandra. I don't know if you can hear us
Yes,
now.
yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, great. We can hear you. So
Thank
you
so
take the
much,
questions
ma'am.
when we are done. I just want to say that part of the thing, many of the things that has been shared here, I love that the inner circle parents are here. I've said it over and again. You cannot raise, if you raise a child that you keep indoors, you raise an idiot, a complete one. There is no two ways about it. If you want, cry, oh. If you want, say, oh, Coach Wendy is just forming all these things she's posting. It's a lie. Her children cannot do it. It is your business. But just know today that people are raising outliners while some people are raising slaves. Some people will serve kings. I've been saying it for years now. Some people are going to end up serving kings. There are only a few kings in every society. So everybody cannot be a king. So it's also okay that you raise slaves that will serve kings. But just know it today that there is more to do if you must raise a king. All right, so Sandra is here and she will be taking the questions.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Loretta, thank you very much for that value-packed session. So, can we have the questions? If you have questions, please do well to just share. Okay. Yes, someone says, please, madam, how do you mean by instilling traveling skills? Thank you, Boham, for that question. How do you mean by instilling traveling skills?
Okay, well, traveling skills now, is it an intra journey or the outside one? All right. Generally, when your child leaves your house, he's already traveling. That's travel from home to school. That's a journey. That's a traveling one. That's traveling too. Then even traveling from your one state to the other. So let me take an example of a child now that wants to go and study abroad. Okay, so you need to start on time. Sometimes take this child on a journey. Okay, outside your car, not in your car. Go on a bus. Take the child on a bus. Let the child experience how it is like to be on another car. Okay, not in your own. Sometimes I do it. It's not as if I do it sometimes. Get out of your comfort zone. I know of a couple. The son is in the US now. It was when it dawned on them that my son is going. That was when the boy was going to attend advanced level 3, because most schools abroad they don't take a first degree. That was when my son will not be going from here to GRA for training. What do I do? I said, you've not started before now. He said, no, I don't know. It's a driver that takes. I said, leave this driver thing alone. You have a teenager in your hand. Let this boy. Okay, you can start with a relation if you feel you don't want to be bothered. Let somebody go on the bus with that child. Okay, let somebody go with the child. Let somebody go. That's for once, twice, thrice. So you are building that skill. Then you can also make it a short one. I live in the heart of Ikeja in Lagos. Okay, so I've not done that, but I'm looking forward to doing it soon. My son is going to be a teenager next year. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put him on a bus, BIT bus, this Lagos bus. Okay, and I'm going to tell somebody to wait for me at the other end. When he's coming down, somebody's picking him. Let him pay himself. Let him start like that. Then Before you know it, this child has mastered it. Then traveling skill too. Let the child go on shopping. Maybe I live so close to the mall here. Okay, you can take a walking distance. All right, let the child go alone to shop. Close by. Don't say Coach Loretta said so, they've stolen my child. You would have done your homework ahead of time. All right, children are out there. They are street children hawking now. Have they stolen them? Let's not be overprotective. Say hide on that, then kidnapping and all of that.
There is no lion anywhere in the streets.
There's no lion. Do this thing.
There's no lion there.
Please. Because when they allow the daughter to enter the market, that's traveling skill.
There's no
The daughter
lion
hit the
anywhere.
market and bought everything.
Yeah.
So that is it. That's from somewhere. You know what will work for you. So that is it. I don't know if I've answered that question. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you so much. We have another one from Beauty. Thank you for your question, Beauty. She says, how do you deal with a spouse or a husband that wants everything to be done for the children and they are 4 and 6 respectively? How do you handle that? You know, it doesn't give them room for independency.
If it's the woman, if it's the man, most times men fall into this. All right, it was something I had to handle. I had to handle it quickly in my own home. You know, let me tell us this. I waited for close to 10 years before I got pregnant. So the tendency for me to pamper my children is there. Okay, but no, I didn't allow the devil to deceive me. I said, no, I'm a steward to these children. I have to do what I have to do. So when my husband, when my baby, my first son was there, when he started sucking his hand, that was where the problem started. I was removing him. My husband said, leave this boy to suck. Leave him suck. I sucked too. Yes, my husband said so. He said, I also sucked my hand. Let him suck. I agreed for that. And it became a challenge. Okay, so when my husband saw the challenge later, I said, honey, I expected you. Now I'm looking from the male angle because most males do this. I said, this second one will not suck. When he saw the implication, then when other things started coming out, you know, from the child, you know, I noticed my son is strong-willed. He's tough, so strong-willed. You know, so I told my husband, I have seen something in this child. He said, you and this, you're coaching. I said, please, I have to coach from my house first. This boy is strong-willed, though. It has his negative and his positive, but strong-willed child. Okay, so I had to navigate my way through. So, but I needed to get the buy-in of my husband. There's a way you can do it. I said, don't try to be the dictator in the house for your husband. You know, sometimes some things will just happen, like my son sucking my husband now. So, hey, because we're treating infection, and all of that. When he started crawling, yes. And he now saw it. So he said, oh, please, so parents. You understand? So for other things, I will make reference. Only, you know, remember this sucking. No? So please, so I'm saying this thing. But you need your husband in it. Sometimes men are not always, you know, women, and it's just the obvious truth. We're smarter. It's the way God has created us. Because the man is there looking for the money and all of that. So you are the one at home. There's a way you can respectfully tell the governor in your house. When pardon me to use that word, you know, the governor in your house. You have to give your governor respect now, so that when you talk, he will listen. You don't have to shout, you know, and you must have very good reasons why daddy shouldn't do that. And for daddy to please respect the wife. Give her very good reason why it should be like this. Why it should be like that. Like another thing is this, my husband will like say, I told them, I said, these boys are growing older and I want to separate their bed. He said, why? They are brothers. I said, no. There's a gap of 3 years between these two boys. I want to separate them. I want them to be independent. That's the starting point, you know. So there's a way I told him, I gave my reason. There must be very good reason now. I don't think that not that you give a very good reason, we still say no, except you are over enforcing. Even if he says no, you don't have to fight. Be calm. Look for another time to pamper, and you know your husband's area, the area you can tickle now, or your wife.
Yeah.
Then you just do that thing now.
Woo!
Do it. That is it. I hope I've hit the response is okay.
Yeah, I'm sure the person that asked that question is satisfied with the answer. Now we take one last question, and it says, what skills can you teach the co-pilot teachers of our schools nowadays in teaching children street smart skills? Because they look at you as if your own is too much when you insist. So what skills can you teach co-pilot teachers of our schools nowadays?
Let me tell you this. It is your responsibility to do that as a parent. What fee did you pay for? Is it to teach your child to be streetwise? It's academic now. It's bookwork. If they're going to go beyond that, you will pay more for club. Maybe you pay for chairs. Yes, you pay for it.
True.
So if you want your teacher to teach your child to, I'm here to bust your bubble. They won't do it. Except a teacher that is gifted, naturally gifted in that, and that has passion for it. We have some teachers that are coaches. We have some teachers that they just want to do it.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So you need to pay a coach, pay me, pay Wendy to do it for you. That's why we are here. Pay my sister looking at me, this pretty face. Sorry, I can't remember your name. Pay her to do it. We are co-pilots, not the academic teacher. We have it. We have it. Pay us. Let's do it for you. We are co-pilots. We're here to help you. Thank you.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Coach Loretta. It's amazing. Thank you very much, Coach Wendy. Coach Wendy just dancing because you know that.
I am having a good dance this evening, you know, this kind. I feel like doing Thanksgiving.
Wow, so insightful.
You know,
Thank
the
you so much.
interesting
Thank you so much.
the interesting thing about these sessions is that I do not have conversation with any of the coaches. I do not come and say, oh, when you come here, this is what you will say, this is how you will say it. No, no way. As you're hearing it for the first time, now so me too, where they say they hear it. So it's not like there's a prepared speech or anything. So that's why I'm dancing differently. All right. Incidentally, I've worked with Coach Loretta, you know, for a while, and have been working with her, you know, for a while now. She has an amazing book. It's one of the books that I also forwarded, reviewed myself. You would want to get a copy, Coach Loretta. Please drop your details on the private chat so that we can project on the screen and people will be able to actually follow through and get a copy. Let me say this. A lot of the things, when you see things that look impossible, don't go around saying things like it's not possible. The person is lying. The person just wants to collect money and just say these things. Go and ask questions. How are these things done? There is a way. One of the coaches that came to the inner circle quoted a scripture that stuck in our head for so long. He said it was Ecclesiastic. He said that the way of the foolish, he's going to be here tomorrow, Coach Chedozie. He said the way of the foolish wearieth them because they do not know how to go to the city. If you don't know how to get to the city, remember, the Bible says the labor of the foolish. So it means that the foolish is actually laboring. So you can be laboring, but yet you can't get to the city. There is a way. There is a way. Again and again, there is a way. No teacher is going to teach your child life skills. No, this is going to teach your life skills. It's not in school. It's not going to happen in church. Your pastor cannot impact this one. God will not do it either. God is not going to do it.
Yes. So,
I like the way my pastor posted, Bishop David Oyedepo will say that any faith that holds God absolutely responsible
irresponsible faith.
A completely irresponsible faith. And I'm saying this today because, you know, this session came like, you know, a lot of things happening, you know, back to back. And I like when Coach Loretta said, if you want to send your children to boarding school, do your homework. I hear a lot of people saying this. Oh, the child went to boarding school. They raped the child couldn't talk. Oh, it's the boarding school. I'm looking at them. And people actually come to me and say to me that they're sending their children to boarding school so that they will learn independence. Who told you that? That your child will learn independence in a school? Says who? They lied to you. It's a lie. The independence your child will learn, they will learn it in your home. If you don't teach it, nobody will teach it.
Exactly.
I was privileged to witness a graduating ceremony today of my children, and I was taking a look at the children who had confidence. It was obvious. The children who had no confidence had been taught. I could single them out. It's not magic, and it's not a prayer point. Forget. It is work. Your children need to go out there to be able to live their lives. Let them be independent. Come and learn what you need to do. Stop. In fact, I love the story of the driver who was, inside and driving and all of that. And the other people were co-pilots. Come and learn what to do. Do you really know what you're doing? That's the question. It's a question that all of us need to answer today. Do I really know exactly what I am doing?
What to do.
Thank you so much again, Sandra Luadare. That was an awesome session. Again, Sandra is also a coach. I like to say this all the time. Every single one person who is here, who have come on this conference, didn't come here for free. There is a why, a how that they came here. There is a cost attached to them coming here also. Do not take that for granted. Thank you again, Coach Loretta. I'm going to share the link to get Coach Loretta's book. It's an awesome book. She's very big on self-esteem. And I'm going to share that link on our Telegram channel. That's where everybody is connecting from anyway. So we have over 5,000 people on that channel. So, hey, we will share it. And everybody who has been able to connect on this session will be able to get access to it. I was privileged to forward that book, and I can tell you that book is amazing. All right. Thank you so much again and again. I want to leave you with these words. Parenting is war. How are you fighting? Intentionally or casually? You need to answer those questions, and it's you that is left to one side. Thank you again and again. We resume here again at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. we're going to be having Meme Bohams. Meme Bohams is speaking all the way from the UK, and he's talking about toddler tantrums. Hey, I have toddler. I just classes for me. Oh, yes, we got you. We got you, toddler parents. Please be here at exactly 5 p.m. where we're going to stream with Meme Boham all the way from United Kingdom. All right. If you're not on our Telegram channel, please find your way into that channel. All the information that you need is there and many more. Coach Loretta, what will be your last words as we begin to round up?
All right. So I call this is a call for parents to be on top of their parenting journey. It's a call. Remember once again, you are the driver, not the co-driver. You are the pilot, not the co-pilot. You are the captain of the ship and not the co-pilot. Navigate your parenting journey with all the necessary skills so that you joyfully land safely. Never neglect the part of being observant, protective, and watching over them. So get to work. Release them as you also release yourself for so much uncertainty, fear, and anxiety. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you so much, Sandra. What words will you be
Thank
leaving
you
with
so
parents
much.
this evening?
Well, to our parents, I want to say that you cannot parent on dry. You cannot be a pilot. You can't be a captain on dry. You need to have something within you because you cannot pour out of a dry well. So if you want to nourish your children, you want to be a pilot, you want to impart all the street smart skills into them, you need to know those things yourself. So that's why Coach Wendy always says parenting is about you. So you need to get filled with knowledge. You need to keep topping up. You need to keep learning so that you will continually have things to pour into our ever smart children, especially in these times that we are in. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much again. Shout out to everybody. And I also want to say that you can follow Coach Loretta on Home Teaching Tutor. She runs a 5-day program that she's currently going to run, a holiday training, where she talks about instilling skills in the children. You know, this kind of life skills that she has talked about here. The cost is 10,000 naira. You will find her on Instagram as Home Teaching Tutor. If you want to be able, it's a live session. You need to be in Lagos to actually be part of it. All right. Please contact her, Home Teaching Tutor, for you to actually have access. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here again. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you, Coach.
Loretta.
Thank you, Coach.
Alrighty. Thank you so much again for an evening of impact. Let me tell you something. This whole session is hitting us back to back because there is no foundation. I often say to the parents in the inner circle that when this is coming, they are able to assimilate it, look at it, review it, build a template, and be able to run with it. A lot of us are even more confused when we started than where we are right now. If you're not already on a program, in a process. The inner circle is a place where we actually bring all of this knowledge together, break it down for you to actually see beyond all of this care, right? For you to begin to see, I like the way Buka put it yesterday, knowledge is not tension, knowledge is rest. I want you to click your like button if you got value on this session. Like this video stream, like it, share it with your friends. I've had people come to me to say, a friend shared this stream with me, and whoa, that's the best thing that happened to me in a very long while. Please share it with your family and your friends. Let's impact more families. And hey, trust me, if something is working in another family, it can't work for you too. All you need to do is to ask, how is it done? And get more knowledge on how you can actually do that. Thank you again for joining me. It's TIP Annual Conference 2021. And hey, we're going to be here again at 5 p.m. streaming live with Meme Bohan. We begin to close as we take this inner circle reviews. If you want to join the inner circle, this is the time to actually do that. See you again in the next session.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rebecca Ben. I have been in the inner circle for over a year plus, and I want to tell you that being in this circle is the best thing that happened to me, because I've got to learn a lot. Since I came into the academy, I've learned how to parent my child with calm, and have learned how to connect with my children more. I've learned how to connect, winning the heart of my child. And I would love to say that the inner circle is a place for every parent to be. I call it the parenting university. It's a place where you gain knowledge and expand on it as you parent your children. Here are some of the things that we do in the inner circle. We have our connection tool that we use for our children daily, and we read a book every month. You can see the knowledge is massive. We have special webinars, and practical life issues are being shared by parents, and we discussed on it. In short, TIP is a learning hub. Please come and join us, and you will not regret it. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Uwe Martins. I am an HR professional and I live in Lagos, Nigeria. I joined the Inner Circle in March this year, and it has been a tremendous journey, a very, very interesting journey. It has stretched me, I cannot even lie, it has stretched me. And I'll just talk about some of the really interesting things that I like about it. One, Coach Wendy always says that parenting is about us. We do not know the effect of our childhood on us, right? We really do not realize it. The things that we experienced growing up, the things we saw, in other homes around us. And so we just bring those things into our own parenting styles. Nobody really teaches us anything, and we just, our parents did it and so we're doing it too. So what this has done for me is it has made me take a step back and analyze some of the things I do and understand why I do some of the things I do, and where I need to make changes, I have made changes. I mean, it's a journey, like I said, so I am still making changes. Another thing is I have developed myself in reading. So, I mean, I had been on another program earlier this year where I had to read a lot. But then the inner city and the inner circle has also helped me to read a lot more books, books about parenting. I mean, I would never have read them, to be honest. I would never have read them. So I found myself reading one book a month so in the inner circle we are in groups, and each group has to review, some chapters in the book. There's a schedule, and I mean, you should see us. You should see us trying to prepare for those, book review sessions and all of that. I think generally, the fact that I am reading a lot more than I would have, and reading topics that I would never have, read, it's been really great. Another thing is the way I have bonded with my children during this time. Of course, we have, activities. They're like daily activities. Things, ways to know your children, activities to do with your children. It's been really interesting. Some of them my kids would love, some they did not particularly like, but I think that all in all, it gave me time with them. I got to spend time with them. My husband got to spend time with them, because really everything I see, most things I see that I think are worth knowing from my husband, I just push it to him. When I'm reading a book, and I see something, I just pass it to him. I say, look, this one is for your attention. And I mean, he got to attend the men's conference, which he found really, really interesting. So overall, I think that the inner city and the inner circle, I keep saying inner city, the inner circle has been a very interesting journey for me. I am work in progress, but I am grateful for how I have come. And I know that my parenting style is no more, it's not what's the word? It's not just happening. I am the one making it happen. And I thank God for this opportunity. I thank God for Coach Wendy. I thank God for the other parents in the inner circle. Everyone is putting in their best, putting their best foot forward, to achieve a lot in their parenting successes. So thank you very much. I hope that you will join the inner circle, by the time she's opening up for new membership. Thank you.